I will introduce you in a very elegant way. Like, it's going to be like this big build up and then like boom, like.
Yeah. Because, I'll answer. I'm assuming we'll just be talking about burlesque and different things. And so I'm Randi Sinclare. And then we'll just see where it goes.
That's where we'll do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shayne Neubert, and sitting across from me today is the beautiful Miss Randi Sinclare. Randi, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now that we've literally done the whole podcast before this started.
Yes, we have.
Okay, Randi literally demanded what we talk about, wanted to know everything that we're going to talk about, and I didn't have any answers for her.
No, he did not.
Yeah, so that's why this is where we're at. This is where we're at with this. Hey, Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, and YouTube if you're just listening on one of the apps. And also, if you're just sitting there on YouTube, go down right now, hit subscribe. That makes a huge difference for our account. And if you have an Apple account, go leave an Apple review and make sure it's a good one. Yeah, and so Miss Randi is a burlesque dancer. Now, do you just dance for Mary Quite Contrary's House of Burlesque, or do you take your ventures elsewhere?
Well, I was invited to go to Iowa City, but then COVID hit. Mm-hmm. So after our show in March...
No, you're okay.
Okay. So, but that's the only time. So for the most part, I dance with Mary Quite Contrary, House of Burlesque.
We had Mary on the show. If you guys haven't seen that, she was great. Travis was great. Travis is a hoot. Travis Swanson, Cinnamon. Yes. Great. Just a hoot. Both of them were so great. Now, so how did you get started in burlesque?
So I went to Chicago with some friends, and probably back in 2015, 2016, and saw a show there.
Oh, so you only started so long ago?
No, I'm not. No, I haven't been doing it very long.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
So I saw a show up there, and I liked the MC up there. Her name was Tamale Sepp. And she was really cool, and she's done Second City and some different things, and I still follow her a little bit. But I like the theater, the costuming, mm-hmm. things like that. And so when we came back to the Quad Cities, I was looking around and saw that they have, mm-hmm. and now the name escapes me. Bottoms Up.
Okay, yeah. Bottoms Up is the first, and then Mary twisted off after that,
right,
I think, yeah.
Right. But then we went to see some shows there and really enjoyed that. I met Mary, and I took the class. And,
okay.
So I've just, yeah.
Would you recommend the class?
Oh, I would. Oh my gosh.
I really want to just do a class to make, because I do comedy skit videos too. And so mm-hmm. I just think it'd be hilarious watching me tumble around and wiggle and jiggle.
Well, we'd like to see you in heels, actually.
I know I can wear heels. I've wore heels. I've wore 6-inch heels before. Okay. Yeah.
And I walked?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. See, when I try to do something, I'm giving it my full heart, my full effort.
100%.
Yeah.
Or 150%.
Well, so, maybe... I don't remember how this got started, but maybe 7-8 months ago on a podcast I said, I've never really dressed like a woman, but if I did, I think I'd rock it. And next thing you know, all my friends were sending me pictures that I clearly drink and dress like a woman, and it's a thing that I do. So wow. I stand corrected to all my friends out there. Thank you. Hey, this one's to you guys.
Exactly. That's cool.
Okay, so... Now, when you get into burlesque at an older age, do you feel, is it something that you feel like you've always wanted to do, or it was just, it sparked you when you went to the show?
Well, growing up, I danced and played piano, did all those kinds of things, did a lot of theater in high school. And then I know when I went away to school, to college, pardon me, I'd need to eat the microphone.
You know how you said before that you're a control freak? I'm a control freak of that mic.
Okay. So, but when I went off to college, I said, I think I want to do theater, and my mom's like, yeah, no, we're not going to pay for theater. So I didn't do theater. Mm-hmm. So when I saw this, I'm like, that looks like it's going to be kind of fun. And I also took some, I went to Comedy Sports and took some classes.
Comedy Sports is a very fun show,
really
too.
like I took some of the classes that, because I'm like, oh, I'd like to incorporate some of that, so I just kind of played around with it, and I'm still playing around with it.
I like it. I like that a lot. I like the free mind type of deal. Like when you think like, I want to, yeah, exactly. I've always wanted to try everything. That's why I do try everything. I mean, I can never shake something until I've at least tried it. So right. I do so many things. I mean, I think that I've been an artist. I think that I've been a power lifter. I think that I've been a podcaster, a skit artist, a stand-up comedian.
Right.
I mean, I played semi-pro football. Like, I just want to try everything.
Right. So that's why I try to do something like different every time we have a show. Just, I haven't tried. So I just try something different every time.
I like it.
Get out of my box, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So I got. Well, did you see the?
Well, you did. Yeah, you were in a casket last I recall.
I got out of the casket.
You did. And okay, so before we dive into more of that, what do you do for a living?
I'm retired.
Oh my God, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
So you pretty much right now, if
I do whatever I want.
You're a professional dancer. Like you are a professional. You like. The only thing you do?
Not the only thing.
I mean, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're a professional burlesque dancer.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
What did you do for a living?
I worked for a large farm equipment company in the area.
I did not ever in any world see that coming. With everything that you've told me about yourself so far, in no world did I see that coming next.
Yes.
I didn't. I definitely didn't.
I did.
So, like, what did you build the machines? Did you test drive them?
I started here in 79, I guess. I started here, and then went up to, and I was in the factory for a while. I was a supervisor in the factory. So, like Deere? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was a supervisor in the factory, and then I went up to Minnesota, and I was a collector for farmers that couldn't pay their bills. And then I went out to Colorado for a while, and I sold systems to dealers, and then I came back up to Wisconsin, and I was territory manager helping dealers sell equipment, and then I moved back down here and did a bunch of different things.
So what you're telling me is what you're doing right now is way more exciting.
Yeah. All the collecting was pretty exciting.
Collecting was exciting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I bet that could be like a whirlwind of ups and downs.
Yeah. Farmers are really good people.
Most of them are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say most of them because see, I know a couple farmers who, man.
Well, but there's bad eggs everywhere.
Oh yeah,
right? But no, it was in the 80s, and you probably weren't alive yet.
I would definitely. I wasn't alive in the 80s.
Yeah. So, but in the history books that you might have read, the 80s were a very difficult
I think
time.
I read about you.
Yeah, you probably read about me.
Were you the BC part? Was that?
Yeah, I was.
Or was it
really
AD?
Long in the tooth. So it made for good vampire.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
That was me. So anyway, so 38 years, I guess.
Okay, so now I know that one of your trademark moves in burlesque is the old like pulling the tights off the toes.
Well, yeah, I do pretty good stocking removal.
I knew that this is your number. Like, I know that you're going to that because I've seen you in the one show live, and then we've seen you twice on a virtual show, or one time a video, and then one time the virtual show. But that's your move.
Thank you.
You're licking your lips. That's your move. You go to that.
Yeah. So I mean, stocking. You have to go to your strengths, right? Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that. I mean, my legs aren't bad looking, and you just and I'm pretty good at stocking removal.
Okay, is that what the move's actually called?
Yeah,
it's called stocking removal.
Yeah.
See, now we're learning something here.
Ooh.
See, all these listeners out there are learning something. Before I move on here, I do want to say, Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by The Bone Collector, Viola, Illinois. Go visit The Bone Collector. I just put up a post. I mean, this guy is incredible. You should 100% go check it out. The Bone Collector in Viola, Illinois, he's got ribs, chicken, I mean, everything, brisket, everything you can think of. He's a professional. You don't get that title not being as good as you are. And he's sold out all the time. So put your orders in early. The Bone Collector, Ken Versluis, Bobby Versluis, Viola, Illinois. Go check them out. The link will be below.
Okay.
You like that?
I like that.
Whew, I make my own ads, so sometimes it like, like I get nervous, and then by the time I'm done, I'm like, whew, killed it.
I rocked it.
Killed it.
Ah, for sure.
So why don't you have a TikTok page? I couldn't find you on a TikTok.
No, I've got to get better at. So I started taking a little class the other day. I haven't finished it on like blogging.
It seems like you take a lot of classes.
I like to learn stuff. Sorry.
Are you going to start your own podcast too? You should.
Well,
so far you're not bad at all.
I've thought about it.
You really should. So far you're really not bad at all, and you're pretty good at it.
Okay.
I mean, if you spend 10 episodes in a row talking about the farm the farmer life, working life. I mean, there is even a farmers only dating site.
Is there really?
Farmers only, yeah.
Oh my.
There's Christian Mingle, there's
Christian
Farmers
Mingle,
Only.
yeah.
There's Black People Meet, there's
Wow.
there's a goth one. There's all these different ones. I mean, they're really expanding on it. So
well, because I had somebody say to me, or ask me if I had like a WhatsApp and
what's up
or WhatsApp, account and
WhatsApp
or WhatsApp.
That's it.
See,
yeah.
I know I'm showing a little bit of my toothiness, but. So I said, so I'm trying to.
If you use the term toothiness again, that's like saying by golly.
I know.
That's like calling Pokemon. Don't start doing that.
Oh God, no! I won't do that.
Oh, you like Pokemon?
Well, my kids did.
Oh,
eons ago.
Oh,
yeah, and I mean it's still in my attic. If my son
wait, your Pokemon cards are?
Oh,
don't tell him that we had this conversation. I'll just take them off your hands. I'll take them.
It's like a big book. He's got it in all the sleeves. Oh no,
he's
coming out.
My buddy Riley. He like watches guys open Pokemon packs.
Oh yeah,
because they're like, if you hit a card, it's worth $30,000 now, and when back in the day they were worth 7 cents.
Yeah.
And so he watches people open packs, and they're like got their gloves on and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there right now. He's like, Shayne, get those cards. Get those cards.
Yeah. No, I mean, my oldest he had one of those arm things and shooting Pokemon. And then he and I, that was how he learned. That was one of the ways we learned how to read and math and different things. We'd sit waiting for the bus in the car, and I'd have a handful of cards, and he'd have a handful of cards, and we're like playing.
I like that method.
Like that. And then figuring out, how many points he'd need and all of that stuff. So yeah, there was math and English. And words.
No, that's smart. That's really smart because the cards have numbers. You have to add and subtract, and there is a lot of writing on them and a lot of basic writing.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right. And so he was.
You're smart. Yeah. That's good.
So
that's a good method.
I'm a mom.
Hey, that's a good mom move.
So. Anyway, so yeah, those and so when he comes home I think he's coming home next Wednesday. He'll go get him out of the attic and he'll check him out.
If he forgets them, just toss him my way.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he'd said, "Mom, let's get him in a box and ship him to." Because I mean, every time we go to we will go to the store at some point, Walmart or Target or wherever, and he will not walk out of there without a pack of Pokemon cards.
Wait, still?
Oh yeah.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Oh, God, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. That's a good move. That's a good move. And it's a great investment towards your future.
Well, that and Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels were the thing. And Beanie Babies. Remember the Beanie Babies?
They did. They both collected those.
Yeah, the Beanie Babies. Now, some people said that, if you had that Queen Elizabeth Beanie Baby that you could buy. I remember seeing it at the store. It was $8.
Yeah.
Right now it's worth $20,000, and some people have multiples,
you can
5, 6.
Buy your way onto the crown.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Yeah, that would work. That'd work. Hey, I'd make an offer at least.
Oh yeah. So no, he's got a whole. My husband has the original 8 Hot Wheels that he had back in 1960 something or other, and so he brought him out and showed him to Isaac.
Whispering doesn't make for good podcast.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was just trying to be a dick.
And you succeeded.
No, I was just kidding. What's your tattoo of? I'm sorry, I keep looking at it.
Oh, so this is the one, my son that's going to come home this Wednesday. He's in the Navy. He's a nuke.
Okay.
And this is his submarine number.
Oh, okay. And what's the other one?
And the other one is my youngest is just now going through the Navy nuke program.
Good for both of them.
And so when he graduates in April, I'll put the nuke part around it. And then when he finishes and he gets a boat, then I'll put his boat.
How awesome. That's awesome.
So both boys are...
Thank you both very much. Do you want to say, what's their names?
Isaac and Lucas.
Isaac and Lucas, thank you both very much. And you guys are welcome on the podcast whenever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to point out something in the room that I did see coming. Like, I know I didn't see the farmer's thing and like all that, but I did see the cat bag. I could totally see that coming when you came over. The cat bag. You got to lift that up real quick for anybody on YouTube.
My Laurel Birch.
This is a very interesting looking, like Aztecish.
Have you heard of her? She's an artist. She's dead now, but
she likes cats.
Laurel Birch.
Laurel Birch.
Yeah.
I'm sure people listening know, but I don't.
Yeah.
So like that's a really and you got the little cat like pin on the top.
It came. I don't know. My sister might have given me that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. It's 1,000 years old.
It's a cool bag.
And your surprise is in the bag.
Okay. Why are you doing that? You're scared. Like you really. I know I led you down to this dungeon studio, but you're creeping me out now. Okay, I don't know what you want to do here, but hey, Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies. Visit Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram. This episode will be out right before Christmas, but you can get a Christmas order now. She's closed for commission. She's got 300 cocoa bombs to make this weekend. She's going to be busy. She's been making caramels nonstop, and she's one of the most talented people I've ever met in my entire life. Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram. Visit her today and get your orders in for Valentine's Day. That's right. That's the next one, other than New Year's, but I don't think people are like, hey, I want a New Year's. Well, I guess they could get like a New Year's cake, I guess.
They could.
But there's probably not enough time for her to do that. So, Valentine's Day. All right, what's in the bag?
Now, I have to preface it with I watched your podcast with Mary, and you guys got to talking about movies and da-da-da, and I saw... And I think you talked about Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And then you also talked about the Traveling Gene movie.
Oh, God.
Okay. And then the pasties.
I did talk about all of those things, yes.
Okay. So we talked as a group.
Oh, wait. Not about this podcast. Please, God. Okay. I'm really...
And what we did...
Pasties of the Traveling Pants. Oh, Superman ones. Okay, thank God. Oh, my left teeth fell out. Oh, this is great.
Here you go. These are the and so what we also talked about doing is I made 2 pair. Okay. So we have a pair for the group. And they're going to travel around our group.
Oh.
And we're going to make you a booby pasty collage.
This is the greatest thing ever. This is incredible.
Mary Quite Contrary House of Burlesque, and it'll be a picture of 6, wearing the pasties, and they'll travel around.
I like that a lot.
And then we'll get it to you.
I can find an incredible place in here for it, and it will forever hold a place in my heart. Thank you so much.
Are yours.
This
Now,
is awesome.
if you wanted to put them on, here's the stuff that we talk about that you should use.
I'm not going to put them on right now. I'm in the process of losing weight again. So, wait, spray adhesive. Where do you get this at?
You can just get it at any craft store.
So, like Party City? Can I get...
I don't know if you can get it at Party City, but I get it like
Isn't that a craft store? You said any craft store.
I think so. Party City's a craft store.
Wouldn't you say?
I think Joanne.
Okay, we go.
Michael's.
We do a lot of cricket stuff. So
okay.
We go to Joanne's.
So anyway.
Okay, this is incredible.
So there you have it. So
and I'm going to send you guys a photograph of me back in these, and it's going to be Perfect.
Okay. Well, now if you might, like, I always shave the hair off around here.
Yeah, I learned
because
that.
It would hurt.
Yeah, I definitely
it would
learned
definitely
that.
hurt. But anyway, so you'll get we've got to figure out where to get the pictures.
You guys are incredible and sweet, and thank you to all of you out there, all of you ladies.
So it was fun making them. I made them early.
They are very good. Like
I didn't do too bad.
You did really, really well.
So
and it's also like Shot 30 Shayne. Like a lot of the S's all go together.
Well, it just does.
Sexy, like
exactly.
It all
sexy Shayne.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 2 S's.
Oh my God, I should get that tattooed on myself.
Oh, for sure. Well, you don't have to because just looking at you don't need a tattoo.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
like redundant.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, hey, you guys don't like this enough? Here, check this out.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
I've already got a tattoo of the Iron Sheik on my back. Like, I don't have enough going on for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of tattoos, too.
You do? Oh, I've seen 2 already.
Yeah. So I have one here.
I'm pretty sure I've seen more before.
Yeah, you've probably seen most of them.
Yeah.
Because I have one on each foot.
So how many tattoos do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
You got one
I
behind
have
your
flowers behind my
Whoa,
ear.
yeah, there you go.
And then I have flowers on my feet.
Okay.
And then I have a music. Both my kids were really musical, so I have that heart out of the treble and bass class.
Yes.
Because my oldest played drums and my youngest was a singer and a dancer. And
are you a singer?
no, not even when I'm drunk.
Well, you're
No.
a dancer though.
Well, yes. I
definitely-
sang in high school, but it doesn't count.
So what roles did you have when you were in the plays and theater?
Oh, so one that stands out was I was Fritania, which was the evil.
Is that
Sleeping
is
Beauty.
that the girl from Wicked?
No,
Oh.
I don't know. No, I was like, well, this is kind of okay. I think it's funny. I have no idea. If you don't laugh, then I'll be sad. But I was Fritania. So Sleeping Beauty, she's the one that got pricked, right? And she fell asleep. So I'm the evil witch, and it's a kids show, right? And so all the kids and there was. This guy, his name was George, and he dressed in all black.
Is George just a random guy? George
was in the play.
Or he was a character.
He was a character in the play.
He's one of the actors.
He's
George.
one of the actors,
Okay.
Yeah. And he was my friend.
I thought it was very weird, Fintania and
Yeah,
George.
Fritania, yeah. I don't even... He played a spider, okay? And nobody knew, And so,
Are we talking about Alice in Wonderland?
No. Well, we should. I should go down
Human
that rabbit
Centipede?
hole. I could. No, this was Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, keep going.
So I was like all in... they painted me green and had this evil hair and all this. And George was a spider. And it was like right before intermission, and I cackled in the back. George was completely dressed in black. And then he had like 3 arms underneath each side and the white gloves.
Uh-huh.
So he looked like a spider. And we put this thing of yarn in the back of his pants. And we went out.
So it looks like, a little web.
Yeah. We scared a lot of children that day.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
That's actually pretty creative.
But it was fun.
That is
really
pretty creative.
fun.
And maybe if you like squished it more, it would shoot more out. But
Yeah.
I mean, you did this back in the early '90s, late '80s.
Oh,
wait,
darling,
70s, 60s.
70s.
The 40s?
1970. Yeah, well, I wasn't quite born in the 40s.
Were you around for Lincoln?
Okay. Now this is what my kids love to say this. They love to introduce my husband and I as people who were born before there were 50 stars on the flag. We were born when there were still 48 stars on the flag. So do you know which states were the last 2 states? And which is the 48th state?
Virginia.
No.
Puerto Rico.
No.
The Dominican Republic. Isn't that part of...
Yeah. Arizona's the 48th state.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Well, because we were
No
just
one
out
said
there.
this was a history show until right now.
All right now. Yeah, because we were out in Arizona visiting
Way to
some
put me on
friends
spot
last
there.
December. Well, I couldn't resist it. You wouldn't put the pasties on for me, so
You're right.
hello.
You're right. Now I'm gonna have Arizona tattooed around it.
Exactly.
When I take
but
that
we got these T-shirts that we took our pictures of and sent them to our kids because it actually had a Arizona, the state of, and then it's 48 or whatever. And so we sent those to the kids. We're like, hey.
Oh, that's a pretty smooth move.
Yeah.
I like that move.
So
okay, so wait, what's the other?
Hawaii and Alaska were the last
Oh,
two.
I would have guessed that, but that seemed like the most basic to guess.
I
like,
know.
I
know. It seemed like it should be more complicated than that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
So you would have been like 50 when JFK got shot.
Not. Yeah, I was.
I'm
I'm 102 right now. Don't I look good?
You could have stopped. You could have stopped John Wilkes Booth from old Lincoln. Yeah.
I could have stopped the bullet with my teeth. Sure.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't. I wasn't quite there in time.
I made a terrible joke once. I had this ginormous John JFK picture, and literally to the roof in here, and I had set it here as a backdrop for an episode. And then I said, JFK, I'm going to take a shot to you.
Oh, that's...
And then I also announced the picture without knowing what I was saying. I was like, here's a headshot of JFK. And I did not know until after I posted the episode. Then the internet warriors all came in to shoot me down. Oh!
Again! Okay. They're coming again. They're coming again.
That was not on purpose, I swear.
Oh my God. Have another drink.
Yeah, that's called me trying to figure out where the hell I'm going now. But hey, do you have a new car?
Do I have a new car?
Yeah, or could you use one?
No.
Okay, well, anybody out there who could use a new car, go to 1402 North Main Street, Princeton, Illinois. Look for Matt Manning. He's got a Facebook page now, and he will add $500 onto your trade-in for a new car. That is Matt Manning at Peel Automotive in Princeton, Illinois. Go check it out. It's a good deal. It really is a good deal.
If I needed a car...
Would you go to Matt Manning at Peel Automotive in Princeton, Illinois?
I sure would.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, but we have a car. Well, I didn't drive.
What's your dream car?
My dream car. Wow.
Let's take it one further. What's your dream car and what was your dream job? What would have been your dream, I don't know, dream career? Like if you could have done anything else, like that would have been the number one thing you could do growing up, what would it have been?
Probably something in the arts. I would have played piano or danced or that kind of thing.
Yeah? Or do you still play piano?
I have a piano.
Oh, okay.
I have the piano that my mother grew up and I grew up playing.
We have one in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it's outside of here right now.
Yeah. There's still a song or two I can play. But I keep saying, I'd like to get back to that. I just don't take the time yet. But I'm going to get that whole blogging thing and... there's different things I want to get going.
Well, theater, like TikTok is a lot like theater. You should. TikTok has so many branches, and this is what I like to tell a lot of people is people are sleeping on TikTok. Yes, it may be silly and goofy and for kids. There is a branch for that. There's also the sexy and hot, like flaunt your body and how hot I am section of that. There's also the barbecuing section or the cooking chef section. There's also the weight loss and fitness section of it all. There's so many sections of TikTok, and yeah, a lot of people make really, I don't know, great material for each genre of person. There's a style for a lot of people. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to look in because I've seen a couple of folks doing.
I should have just put your mic over here.
Yeah. I'll just look at you through the...
Oh, yeah, that's not creepy.
Hello.
That's not creepy. That's nowhere near as creepy as coming down here. I think the steps are too long. There's leashes hanging up on the side. Like we have dogs.
He's kinky.
Yeah.
What am I getting into? Ooh, my own TikTok, right?
Yeah. We're just trying to start your own fans only.
Oh, yeah.
Only fans. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Well, because it's interesting. I mean, even like the Randi page on Facebook, I've had a few interesting. Like one time I was, and I think I had just put it up.
Do you think it'd be cool if at this very moment right now you could tell me what your real name is?
Sure. Do you want to know what my real name is? Yeah. It's Linda with a Y.
Linda.
I know it's boring.
Okay.
It was the 1950s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I understand.
It's boring. Middle name's Claire, hence the Claire and Sinclair.
Wait, so Linda Claire.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thompson.
Linda Claire Thompson. That's not a bad name. Don't hide away from that name. Linda Claire Thompson. That's not bad. So you thought that Randi Sinclare was sexier?
Well, Randy, because Randy's kind of, what do you think of the word
Hey, Linda,
Randy?
Linda, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I thought it was Randy this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, when you meet somebody or you hear the name over and over again, that's just what you become. Because to a lot of people, I know them by their nickname.
Right.
I knew a guy for
It's really just
4
a
or
stage
5
name.
years.
Yeah.
And I literally knew him as the name Gooch. And I legitimately, because I was a young kid, young, but I literally thought his name was Gooch until I find out his name is Heath Rakestraw. I'm like, whoa, you have last name?
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
No. But I was just chilling, and I get this message.
No, you're
And,
okay. You're just talking like you were talking in a microphone.
And I get this message, and all it says is 14.
14.
Yeah. So I'm like, I said, 14 what? And he's like, 14 inches.
Whoa. Dang.
And I'm like,
14. Wait, who messaged you this? I don't know what's going on.
and I'm like, I said to my husband, I said, why isn't he in porn? And so I sent him a message back, and I said, why aren't you in porn?
Do you know who this guy is?
I do.
It's the taking down Ron Jeremy picture, everybody. He went to prison, so I had to take it off the wall.
I know. So I just said, why aren't you in porn? And he left me alone after that. So I'm like, really?
Wait, so you're just telling me about this random story that this guy messaged you 14
Well,
inches?
when you say, it's a stage name, and when I put it out there and I put some of the pictures and stuff like that, it's.
Did you ask for a picture or something? That's
well,
what I would
actually,
have done.
I did, and he sent it to me, and I showed it to my husband.
Was it 14 inches?
Well, my husband looked at it and he goes, honey, that's a dildo in his pants.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
he had it laying on the table
like a
in
compression.
his sweatpants.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
See, that's the games people can play with all these new apps and camera phones and stuff that, you're on the tail end of the camera phone stuff and all that.
I am on the tail end. I am. I'm like the tail wagging the dog is what I am. Yeah.
I'm so glad you asked because that's what me and Timmery do. Like the second somebody says, because we get a lot of, I mean, and the thing is, I don't care, but we get a lot of guys who send a lot of pictures in with the podcast to me,
right?
And I don't care. I'm gonna look.
Oh, right.
And so yeah, I mean.
And I like to, analyze
the situation.
And I like to answer people back. I love to hear from people. It's great.
Especially if somebody's extraordinary, like 14 inches of extraordinary.
Well, exactly.
I totally understand.
So I'm like, hey, show me. And then I'm like, why aren't you in porn?
You remember how I said 5 minutes from now we were going to be talking nice and loud? Both are.
I told you, yeah. I told you, yeah. I'm loud in general. So, anyway.
So, what's the weirdest, picture thing? Is that the weirdest thing somebody's ever sent you? Or have you gotten weirder?
No, I think that's probably about the most interesting, thing. Yeah, pretty boring.
Yeah, see, I've gotten a lot of weird, beyond weird.
I only put Randy up, maybe a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
And
so you still have potential for way better.
I still probably have some potential.
Okay.
And I mean, I put what's interesting is, I put that one picture up when I've got those cookies. Did you see that?
I saw the cookies.
Yeah. So I had some interesting comments, messages to me about.
I mean, people would probably pay you good money to serve some cookies and
I'm thinking maybe I could parlay this into something.
I
The challenge though is I don't know that. I am kind of bent. I'm the belle of the bent, but yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what I can.
What you can muster up. Yeah. I mean, so you're.
I could do some extra income,
And you have to think here. You were born roughly 8 years after Hitler killed himself. I mean, essentially, you were born in 52, 42. That's 10 years.
No, I love you. I'm not quite that old.
Okay, 62, 72, whatever year it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it close. Because I'm trying to tie it in.
I'm like 13. When did he kill himself? 46?
Oh, I thought it was like 42. Wait, no, that's
Honey,
when
we
that
were in
shit
the
started.
war.
Yeah.
45.
I told you this is.
Did you not read history?
I'm sorry.
You missed that.
I'm sorry.
Day.
Back then, it wasn't set as in stone as like when something terrible happens, they literally give it the date 9/11 now. And
that's true.
And
that's true.
But it's very easy for a horrific thing to be remembered like that. Like COVID-19. 19 means the year 2019 is when it came out. That's literally how they do it for us dummies now.
But so I was about 13 years after that, late 50s is when I was born.
13 years. I said 10 years, and you're
you
going
said,
back and forth with me over 3 years.
Oh, don't even. Don't even.
You're literally
going
back.
No, you had me born in 52. Okay, so that's 6 years older than what I am.
I'm literally thinking about kicking it back further now at this point. Yeah.
And don't I look really good for that?
You do. You actually do. You really do look good. You look great. And that's the thing, too, that I wanted to dive into. Where does it take, for most people, even just the thought 20 years old, 30, 40, 50, any age, to get on stage, what type of confidence does it take to get on stage? You see the way I turned it back into like a podcast scenario after we've been geeking out about 14-inch fucking dildos and shit.
I know, sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up, eh?
Yeah, I know. Jeez, I've got warm in here.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I know. You're like, shit, there's another tattoo.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
But what... Do you get nervous still? Or do you not get nervous? I mean...
No. The first one I did, after the first training class I took, I was nervous then. But what was interesting is my youngest son was a dancer and singer and stuff like that. And he's danced since he was like 4 years old. And I was talking to him at one point because I said, you never look nervous. And he's like, well, why should I be nervous? He said, I'm ready for it. He said, there's nothing, And he said, Mom, when the lights are down, you don't see anybody.
Uh-huh.
So he said, just get out there and do it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
that's a great piece of advice.
Yeah. I just get out there and do it.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, too, a lot of the time when I'm on stage, I don't see anybody in the crowd.
Well, you really can't. I mean...
It's almost impossible. With those lights flashing, all you see is shadow. You see some shape, but... So essentially, you kind of are performing for yourself.
Exactly.
And then you just hear like, ow, ow.
Well, yeah. Well, because it's funny, because the Halloween show that we did... the gal that did it with me,
what was the show called, though? I can't remember.
It was Supernatural.
Called. Supernatural, yes.
Yeah.
And it was a great show.
I shouldn't have said Halloween. But it was our October show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Supernatural, and I hadn't watched that much, so I did the vampire, and I had teeth kind of like they had. That was about as close as I got.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the. She was all in white and the innocence, and then they killed me at the end.
Yeah, anyway. I did. Yeah, I know.
But my husband, it was so funny
because he's back in the casket.
He's like, he was sitting there, and he said, I heard somebody behind me go, "Where is she? Where? Oh fuck, she's in the casket." Yeah, and the fabulous Ms. V, she with me. Her husband made the casket, so. Yeah, it was cool. It was awesome. It's in my attic now.
Yeah, I've seen on Fear Factor and stuff, they buried people in caskets and stuff like that. Nothing about a casket is... Sounds good to
this
me.
one was
and I'm like
open on the
90 years.
side.
I'm like 90 years away from a casket at this point. I hope, but I'm
Right.
not trying to hang out in there for too long. I don't know. I think I'm thinking I'm leaning on just burn me.
Yeah.
Burn me and earn me.
Burn me and earn me.
Yeah, burn and earn. Yeah.
Well, because you know what's interesting, my parents, my mom's whole side of the family, they're buried up in Chicago, and my mom and dad are up there. Mm-hmm. And
a lot of people back then did like the family plot.
well, my mom's dad bought 14 plots back, you know, in the I don't know when he would have been in the probably
Your mom's
late
dad.
20s.
Hey, great grandpa.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for saving me the money on my plot.
Well, you know, and I think there's like how many spots are open? Maybe 3 are left.
Or
But
you could just be buried
you know,
at 3 foot and go on top of somebody. Like,
No, this one, you know. But I'm like, you know, back to your, you know, as far as burn and earn, I'm like, nobody goes there anymore. You know, you don't go to visit. I mean, you know, we talk about our folks and stuff, you know, well,
absolutely.
mine are dead, my husband's aren't, but, you know, and we talk about them at different events or whatever, and it's really, we don't go to the cemetery. So they're not there.
So would you
right?
want to be earned, or would you want to be like
I'm going to be
misted?
spread all over
Where?
the place, yeah.
Oh, a little bit everywhere, like a truck stop bathroom, and
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
dump me in the
Yeah.
back of the lion's den.
Oh, yeah.
in the rooms back there.
Yeah.
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 I mean, there's a lot of great places. Like I've named 2 already. I mean,
Oh, exactly. You've thought about this, haven't
oh
you?
yeah, I totally have. I totally have. Actually, I had a really horrific dream the other day that I was like watching this dream, and it was me and my wife, and then all of my friends were at this beach house, and we were all partying, and I was like, guys, I gotta say something, and nobody says anything. I'm like, really? And then Timmy goes, everybody, I gotta say something, and they all listen. I'm like, oh hell no! And they're like, since Shane passed, we want to bring him in so everybody can say a moment.
This is like Ghost.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? They bring my casket in, dude, and this little like 6-year-old kid that I know, like he drops the end of the casket, and my head comes plopping out, and he says, oh crap. And like my head comes hanging out. Like I have no idea. I have really weird dreams and remember them all the time.
That's odd.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a dream once that like I was in charge of like the leading of the like rebellion, like the world was under siege and I was hiding, and they're like, we found him, and they found me, and they pinned me on this like dirt road, and they're like, will you tell us where everybody else is? And I'm like, no, I'm never gonna tell you. And then they shot me. But I felt the bullet go into my head. And then, like, I just remember feeling the blood dripping down my face. And then I didn't, like, I just remember hearing them continue to talk. Like, I didn't wake up in the dream. And it went on. Like, yeah, everybody says, like, oh, right before I hit the ground, I go, like, I wake up.
Yeah.
No, I go splat, then, like, chill. Like, I don't know why. We've looked it up a million times to see why I've had those type of dreams, but there is no real explanation so far. So if you know somebody, send them my way.
Yeah.
Put them on the pod. If you know somebody, put them on the pod.
pod.
Have you ever been hypnotized? That was really random.
I have
but
not.
I want to be so bad.
I think it would be, you know.
I think it's fake. Until someone does it to me, I think it's fake.
Maybe you've been hypnotized and didn't know it.
Maybe I've been
Maybe you are
hypnotized.
right now.
Maybe I am right now. You gypsy. You're a gypsy. I knew it. I knew you were like rattling your like.
I am. I'm rattling.
This is like
all of
Get
my
Out. Have you ever
stuff.
seen the movie Get Out?
No.
Where like she's stirring the coffee and then that hypnotizes them.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what you did to me.
Well, you know.
You were like, look at the tattoo. Look at the tattoo 3 times.
Look at the tattoo.
Look at the 3. And then when I say 14-inch dildo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. This is
Yeah.
good for radio. There's some people out there going, I'm digging this podcast.
14-inch.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking. Hey, Shot 30. You want to know who likes 14 inches? Hey, there is a company out there in Kewanee, Illinois, handmade by Haley, making handcrafted designs like this sign right here and the one back there. She makes the 69 one back there. She is incredible. She can make anything that's customized to your name, your like wedding day, your birthday, anything that you want. She's incredible. Look at her page, Handmade by Haley on Facebook today. And that girl, she's all about the 14 inches of wood.
Of wood.
See?
Wood.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wood.
Wood.
Yeah. God. See, what are we doing here?
I'm Randy.
Now I see why I didn't want to be called Linda Thompson.
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm Randy.
It disguised the name because
Exactly.
this is the shit we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Randy's a bad girl.
You never answered the question. You never said exactly what you wanted to do. Like, what would have been, you said something in theater.
Theater.
But you had to have had a dream job. Everybody does. Everybody has the dream job. I wanted to be an astronomer. And that seems super stupid, but that's what a cinematographer or astronomer. And I guess I'm kind of one of those things now, but not really.
Wow.
Everybody really is now.
Wow.
But what did you want to do?
That's terrible.
Just rewind a decade at a time. Like, just
Yeah.
a decade at a time, and
Can
then
you
get
hear
back to
it?
that point in time
Yeah,
where you thought,
well, you know.
I wanted to be, I don't know. I know it's a tough question, but a lot of people don't get asked that question, and I don't know. Maybe you could dig down some thoughts, and you could still.
Maybe I'm realizing some of that now.
I do think that. I do think that. That's where I was going to twist it back.
Yeah, because that's because like I said, I had that debate with my mother, and then I had a debate with my father. I said I was going to go to IU, and my father's like, "Yeah, I can only write the check to Purdue."
Ugh.
So I went to Purdue.
You went to Purdue.
Yeah, I'm a Boilermaker.
Hey.
Shots of Boilermakers. Yeah.
Well, the Boilermakers in Kewanee. There's the Kewanee Boilermakers, and then there's the Wethersfield Flying Geese. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have not heard of that.
I was a flying goose. I wasn't in there hard laboring making boilers. I was a flying goose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make boilers. I would go by the smokestack that they always said. If you go by the smokestack and
rub it 3 times, you
if
get
it
2
doesn't
wishes.
puff up, no, it's a whole virgin thing.
Oh.
And I was a slut, so they said, if you're a virgin, the smoke will come out of it. And I'm that ain't happening.
I've never seen somebody identify Ron Jeremy as fast. Well, actually, I may be lying. My wife is a Ron Jeremy fanatic. And see, my wife's almost 40 years old, so she's 100 years older than me. But yeah, she's a big Ron Jeremy fan, and so we really wanted to get him on the podcast, but he's in prison right now.
I think because I didn't know that. What's he in prison for?
I think it was a lot of the Me Too movement type of stuff, but I'm not sure of what happened. I was not there. I can't speak towards it, but there was a lot of touching and maybe fucking and stuff like that shouldn't have taken place. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how a porn star. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think that a porn star thinks to themselves like, I wonder what it's like to be a person who doesn't have very much sex? Do you think that they wonder what it's like to be like a normal person?
Well, if you consider that normal is not having much sex.
Yeah, I mean that okay, let's somebody who plays PlayStation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And for all my gaming friends out there, that was just a little quick poke and stab. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hit it and quit it there.
He's kind, isn't he? He's just kind.
I say sorry real quick.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because there's because we watched a documentary on porn. Talking about kind of the melee,
Was that Debbie
if you will.
Was that Debbie Does Dallas?
No, it isn't Debbie Does Dallas. No, that's a good one though. No, this one was just. I mean, it's truly talking about how, the free. There's a lot of free porn out there nowadays.
You don't pay $1.
Right, and so a lot of the allure or the whatever of the porn stars of yesteryear, so to speak. It isn't what it used to be, if you will. I mean, they just, got pushed out.
The thing is now, though, they have so many extra outlets because, let's say, someone gets, pick a random, Jenny. Let's say just Jenny. Someone named Jenny. she gets famous for doing porn. Okay, well, now she's also famous for her Instagram, her TikTok, her YouTube page, and everything else. And she's making money through every single one of those outlets.
Right.
So, yes, she may not be making, well, back then it was like $1.60 an hour, or $1.60 per F.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
or BJ.
Per load.
Yeah, per load.
But now she's making, I mean, $1.7 million because every post that she does throughout all these accounts.
Right.
I mean, they generate a lot of money, ads and everything.
Right.
They get things like if I had this clock, let's say this is we're just going to call it a snooze clock because that's what it says on the back. If I put this in the background, they get like $200 per picture that picture or that clock is in the background.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was on that level.
I know, because like I said, I'm starting to learn about blogging and stuff like that. And, this woman said last year she made $300,000. Because of, again, all of the different things, the advertisements, or if you click here, you get a portion and whatever. So I'm like, I'm curious. So I just like to learn, and then we'll see where that goes, like I said.
And
or
I think
TikTok.
I think you could have a huge outlet because, I mean, you're very kinky for like 115 years old.
Exactly.
And that is a huge ordeal. Like,
yeah, but some people now that they know, because like if you look at Randi's page, I think I put 1997 was my birthday, which is bullshit. And I mean, I suppose if people like really zoomed in on some of the pictures, they might go, bullshit. Okay. But anyway, so now they know that I was born when there were still 48 stars on the flag.
Yeah.
And so maybe I've lost some of that, of whatever,
I mean, we're at 51 minutes of this podcast, so if you're still here at this point, thank you for being here, and thank you for learning more, and thank you for learning her real name is Linda Thompson, and we're diving down the hole here, and it's a great thing to do. Yeah. I mean, there is so many outlets in the world that we have today.
Right, there are. So I'm just trying. So I'm going to try to learn some new things, because I think that's the other thing. As I know that you are still wet behind both ears, probably. So
what do you mean by
I'm
that?
Not really. You don't know. You're that young.
Wet behind both of my ears?
Yeah, that means that you aren't very old.
I can tell you that even though you
could probably put gum back there still.
Even though most people will say that, if you talk to anybody I know, they can't believe. They truly can't believe that I am as young as I am, because I've always thought way further ahead. Most of my friends are way older than me. And
but
honestly,
you consider
because
like 40 to be 100 years older than you.
And I don't really consider any age ever. I really don't. I can't. Like, it's baffled me too many times. Like, I've met a 20-year-old guy who's one of the greatest guys. I've met a 70-year-old guy who I think that could be like my best friend, and sit there and just talk because, hey, you're on your, like you're on a wheelchair and you're struggling with oxygen. No, because I don't really want to hang out with this guy if I'm not interested.
Well, and to me, it's a journey, and so doing the burlesque is a journey, and it's something that I look forward to and learning. And so doing a blog or a podcast or those kinds of things, I'm just going to see where it goes. And it's something to look forward to and to see what I can make it.
Yeah, well, you're doing a podcast right now, and I think you're pretty damn good at it.
I'm not doing it. You're doing it.
Well, but imagine you being in charge of your own show. And it's not very hard to set up. I could 100% help you. But you have a lot of things. Here I am just running you through, and in an hour, your life. Really? I mean, this is literally just a snippet of your life. It's like, hey, let's just do this as fast as we can, just so people get to know you on my show. But think, if you have your own show, there's a million things that I think about when I talk to people. A lot of the time, people sit down in this seat. I've never met them. I've never talked to them before. And I remember stories. I remember things about myself or about other people. Sure. And I think it's I think it's an awesome thing, and you like to talk. You clearly like to talk. At the beginning of this, you acted like, oh, what am I going to talk about? And then, wait, before we start here, motherfucker, what we're going to do is it's going to be my way or the highway. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're not. Yeah. No, you're great at it. You're great at it.
Thanks.
So where can everybody find your stuff at?
Well, I'm on Facebook. Right now, that's the only place I am.
Do you want people to follow just the Randi Sinclaire?
Just the Randi Sinclaire, because I'm going to take down the other one.
Okay. Linda Thompson's gone. To you guys, she's dead.
She's dead.
Okay, so now where's the blogs going to start?
So I'm hoping to start the blogs early next year, or the blog.
Early next year is like 2 weeks.
That's right, it is. So, okay, I'm going to talk in like quarters or something by spring.
Okay.
You know,
and just let us know when you do. Well,
I should. Mm-hmm. I will. You know, because I'm going to be going down to. Hopefully, I get to go to South Carolina and see my son graduate in April. So by then, I should.
Okay.
Hopefully, have it done.
I think so. I think you should just keep doing everything you're doing because I think you're doing it elegantly and perfectly. I'm so kind. Honestly, I'm very thankful to have you here, and I think that this was awesome. And honestly, I'd love to have you back again.
Sure.
You are a fascinating person, and now, like, honestly, you're not just a fascinating person or something that does something that is creative in my own weird brain. I think you're an awesome person, and I really like you. I really like you a lot. You are very awesome.
Thank you.
So, I mean, hey, that's Linda Thompson. Randi Sinclaire. I'm Shayne Neubert. This is Shot 30 Podcast. You had something you want to say?
Well, I was going to show you. I was around when Frisch's Big Boy came.
Oh, I thought you were going to point at the Teletubbies, the creepy Teletubbies picture back there.
Well, they are kind of creepy.
And we'll save that for next time because I'm telling you, I've got a story about those Teletubbies.
Ooh.
And this is Shot 30
God,
Podcast.
I can't wait.
Yeah. What a riveting start to the next episode.
Oh my God. Okay.
This is Shot 30 Podcast. I am Shayne Neubert. That's Randi Sinclaire. Hey, make sure you've hit subscribe, share, like, follow, and leave an Apple Podcast review. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for listening.
You.
Yeah. Next time we're going to do a podcast like what it was like to know Hitler.